You can absolutely waste a 9850X3D with the wrong motherboard, not because it won't run, but because you'll build this perfect gaming rig and then hit the slow, annoying limits later. Not enough fast storage, the wrong rear I/O, networking that feels behind, or an ITX board that turns temps and stability into a daily hobby. The Ryzen 7 9850X3D is brand new, and compared to the 9800X3D, the difference is a 400 MHz higher max boost, which translates to about a 5% increase in gaming performance. So you're not buying a whole new class of CPU, you're buying a sharper version of what was already a top gaming chip. That means your motherboard choice is about platform quality, not unlocking performance. In this video, you'll see the best options in 3 budget tiers: best budget, best overall, and best premium. I considered power delivery and stability first, then I/O you'll actually use, USB 4 Type-C speed, then storage layout, how many M2 and how usable they are, then networking, and finally build quality of life, BIOS flash, and debug tools. Before starting, links to all motherboards mentioned are in the description. So let's start with the best budget motherboards for the 9850X3D. In the budget tier, you're trying to avoid 2 traps. Trap 1 is the cheap AM5 that feels outdated the moment you add a second drive or start plugging in modern peripherals. And Trap 2 is a board that looks great on paper but comes with extra uncertainty you didn't sign up for, and with a brand new CPU launch window, boring stability is a feature. So the boards that make the most sense in this tier are MSI Mag B850 Tomahawk Wi-Fi and ASRock B850 Pro RS Wi-Fi. Starting with MSI, this is the kind of budget board that feels like it was designed by someone who actually builds PCs. You're getting Wi-Fi 7, 5G LAN, and a rear USB 20 gigabits per second Type-C, plus build-saver stuff like flash BIOS and easy debug LEDs. That matters, because the day you update BIOS, troubleshoot memory training, or swap parts, these are the features that keep your build from turning into a 3-hour headache. Now, the ASRock B850 Pro RS Wi-Fi is the competitor that shows up for one reason. It often looks like it's giving you more board for less money. And if you're purely chasing value, it's easy to see the appeal. But here's the issue. Right now, there's enough public reporting around AM5/B850 incidents tied to ASRock boards that it changes what safe budget means. That doesn't mean every ASRock board is a problem. It does mean that if your goal is to reduce risk, don't pick the option surrounded by more noise and more uncertainty. You bought the 9850X3D to stop worrying about performance. Don't reintroduce worry at the motherboard level. So after comparing these 2 boards, my suggestion for an arguably budget pick is the MSI Mag B850 Tomahawk Wi-Fi. The ASRock still makes sense if you're building strictly to minimize costs and you're disciplined, update BIOS immediately, keep expo settings reasonable, and buy from a retailer with a solid return window. If your case forces ITX, budget stops meaning cheap. ITX always costs more, so the goal becomes don't buy the ITX board that feels compromised. In this tier, the ITX board that makes the most sense is the ASUS ROG Strix B850i Gaming Wi-Fi. ASUS lists it as a B850 Mini-ITX board with Wi-Fi 7 and an ITX layout built for modern AM5 builds. The point is keeping a small case build modern without jumping straight to X870 pricing. Moving on, let's see where most people should land with the 9850X3D. In this tier, you're looking for a balanced board that keeps your build feeling great years from now, and the biggest real-world separator today is simple: USB 4. Not everyone needs it, but if you ever run fast external storage, a docked setup, creator peripherals, or you just hate living behind adapters, USB 4 is the feature that turns a motherboard from fine into future-proof enough. So here, the top options are the MSI Mag X870E Tomahawk Wi-Fi and the Gigabyte X870E AORUS Master. MSI's X870E Tomahawk is the practical stop-thinking-about-it board. It comes with USB 4 40 gigabits per second on the rear I/O, along with Wi-Fi 7 and fast wired networking. This is the sweet spot because it gives you modern external connectivity without you paying flagship prices just to get it. It's the board that fits most 9850X3D buyers. Gaming first, maybe streaming, maybe some creator work, and a build you'll actually keep. Now, the Gigabyte X870E AORUS Master is the loaded competitor. It's clearly positioned as a heavier platform, with dual USB 4, Wi-Fi 7, 5GB Ethernet LAN, and a storage layout built for people who know they'll add drives. If you're the kind of builder who already has second and third NVMe drive in your future, this board's whole identity is expansion without regret. So which one is the overall best for the average 9850X3D owner? For me, it's the MSI Mag X870E Tomahawk Wi-Fi, because it hits the best balance of modern I/O and practicality without paying for a feature stack you won't use. The AORUS Master stays the smarter pick when your use case is storage heavy, you want 5GB Ethernet specifically, or you just know you'll use the extra platform headroom. Now, if you want the same experience in a tiny case, the ITX board that fits this logic is the ASUS ROG Strix X870i Gaming Wi-Fi, because it keeps USB 4 in a compact platform. In small builds, you already accept fewer slots. Keeping modern external connectivity is what prevents ITX from feeling like a compromise. Next, if you don't care about money, let's see the best premium boards for the 9850X3D. Premium boards don't make your 9850X3D faster in games. What premium does is remove platform limits, more high-speed storage options, more high-end I/O, more onboard tools, and fewer "I ran out of ports" moments. So my top high-end picks are the ASUS ROG Crosshair X870E Hero and the ROG Strix X870E-E. The Crosshair Hero is the no-compromise direction. ASUS positions it as a flagship board with high-end connectivity and a deep storage platform, the kind of motherboard you buy when the build is meant to stay loaded, multiple fast drives, lots of devices, and a platform you want to keep for years without it becoming the bottleneck. Nevertheless, if your build is one GPU and one or two drives, premium boards stop being smart very quickly, because you won't feel most of the benefits day to day. So why does the Hero still get the premium slot? Because if you actually match the use case, heavy storage, lots of external devices, top-end I/O, it's one of the cleanest buy once and stop thinking platforms. Now, the Strix X870E-E is the premium board that makes sense for more people, because it gives you most of the premium experience without needing flagship needs to justify it. ASUS lists dual USB 4, Wi-Fi 7, 5GB Ethernet LAN, and a big storage setup, 3 PCIe 5.0 M2 slots plus 2 PCIe 4.0 M2 slots. It's also stacked with DIY-friendly features like Q-Release and Q-Latch tools that make building and upgrading less annoying. So which one is the better premium pick for a 9850X3D? If you're building a storage-heavy do-everything platform and you want the board that's clearly built for the most loaded builds, the Crosshair X870E Hero is the premium pick. If you want a premium board that still feels sane, USB 4, 5GB Ethernet, tons of fast USB, deep M2 support, the ROG Strix X870E-E is the better option for most people. In ITX, premium is limited by size, so the smartest premium ITX choice is still the ITX board that keeps modern I/O. That's why ROG Strix X870i is again the best option. It's the compact board that keeps USB 4 and a modern feature set. One last note that can save pain is that since the CPU and platform are new, treat BIOS like part of the build. Update early and don't immediately stack aggressive memory settings on day one. Get stability first, then tune.